what's the word, YouTube and TikTok? Bird is the word. Do you still do your shoulder shrugs like this? Because I used to do my shoulder shrugs like this and my traps would never grow. So if you're having a hard time growing your traps like I did, there's a better way to do it. Now, really what you're supposed to be doing is leaning forward like this and pulling with your shoulders first, then pulling with your elbows to maximize that contraction. And this is where all the magic starts. When you start leaning forward, you're putting your body in the best alignment with your traps because your traps are not sitting on the top of your shoulders. They're sitting more on the upper part of your back. And that's why your traps are not growing, because you're standing straight doing your shrugs. You need to be leaning forward. That being said, I want to make sure that you're able to give everything you got to this set of shoulder shrugs. And with this way of hitting it, yeah, it's the correct way to do it, but there's a better way to do it and really squeeze everything you got out of your set in a much more stable way. So to be more stable, I want you to get an adjustable bench. I want you to raise it all the way up to the top while leaning forward on it with your chest and just doing the same motion. Pulling with your shoulders first, then pulling with your elbows. And while you're on the eccentric part of the movement and you're lowering the weight, I want you to lower the weight by lowering your elbows down first and then your shoulders. And then it's the opposite when you're on the concentric part of the movement. On the concentric part of the movement, you're going to pull with your shoulders, then pull with your elbows. So yeah, y'all, the whole reason for the bench is so that way you don't cheat your reps towards the end of your set, because towards the end of the set, you're going to notice if you were standing and leaning forward, you're going to start to straighten up your posture to make it easier. And I don't want you to cheat the reps. I want you to be comfortable and more steady as you're pushing your limit. Also, one last thing before I go, because I know this video is getting kind of long, but I forgot to mention this. Normally, I wouldn't recommend ego lifting, but when it comes to building your traps, you want to put your traps under enough load for them to grow. Because if you lift light with this, you're going to be doing a billion reps just for them to get enough stimulus. And so lift pretty heavy. If you lose grip strength, just use some D-Moose hooks. That's what I do.